Okay, so what else do you
Well,
need from me?
I don't know. What if someone was thinking about doing a Skype with me? I mean, you're quite an experienced practitioner, so can you see if this stuff would work for, say, someone that's only just sort of gone to a couple of yoga classes and hurt their back in the process, for example?
So I think it's an interesting question, but I think the Skype sessions, I guess the issue is usually beginners don't want to do one-on-one classes, and I think Skype works well with one-on-one. So whether or not a beginner would commit to a one-on-one, that's a sort of a separate issue. Having said that, I think that the Skype can work very well with someone who's even a beginner, particularly if you've got pain of any kind, because you're going to tailor that yoga to exactly where their body is at. But as I said, I actually think that it's probably more suited to an advanced person, just because we're the ones that want one-on-one.
I'm always interested in that because I do work with beginners from the off.
In group?
In groups and one-to-one. So some people, some people.
So maybe that's my preconception.
Well, some people that want to get into yoga don't, because they're a bit worried about the class competitive atmosphere, where they worry that they won't be able to do some of the postures, or that they might hurt themselves, or they think they're too stiff to do yoga, or they have too much pain to do yoga, and actually perhaps they are in a yoga class, but one-to-one, without the preconceptions that they might have developed from doing yoga for 20 years, beginners can be very quick to pick up some of the more subtle details, because especially if there's pain, because there's a reason to go there.
Look, I think that's a really interesting discussion, because in the days when I was doing some teaching, there were a lot of beginners who came with other motivations, I suppose.
What were their other motivations? What sort of things?
Things like
Bums and tums.
Yes.
But, yeah.
And I've got to touch my toe. Yeah.
But the thing is about yoga is you can use it to achieve whatever you want. So if you decide that your yoga practice is about having a nice arse and getting thinner, then you can work in a way that gives you a nice arse and makes you thinner. But if that's your intention, then you'll miss out on the yoga. Now, if you apply yourself to the yoga, then somewhere along the line you might stand up and notice you've got a nicer bum and you're thinner. It's just a side effect of what happens. Your skin gets better, you get more energy, and all the rest of it. But the intention needs to be with the developing union with yourself. And in the process, you become healthier, and in becoming healthier, you become, if attractiveness is what you're after, then you become more attractive. It's just a side effect. If you're overweight, okay, and there's a reason for the overweightness. Physiologically, you will get hungry when this belly feels empty. Quite simply, you start reorganising your fluid core so that you have central support, and you're supported through the bones. The muscles around that fluid start to gather in, because that's what happens physiologically. Your stomach has less room. You'll want to eat less. You'll lose weight. It's not about burning calories and sort of burning off all the crap I eat. You change your digestion by making your organs sit more happily within the body. The organs perform better. You start to crave food you actually need, and not crave stuff that you don't need. The body, it's working on the. It's not to deny the magic of the thing. It is absolutely magical, and it does bring you into contact with, we are one with everything, and all the rest of it. But that again is a side effect. If you practice without intent, you're grasping something. If you just work with harmonising the mechanism, the housing of the person, then the person within that housing becomes happier and healthier. And all the things we're trying to actually achieve are sort of, whether if it's a nicer bum and a thinner waist, it's because we recognise those things as a symptom of a healthy body.
Yeah, good point.
That's what we're looking for. So work on creating physical and emotional health, and you'll get the stuff you want.
That's cool. I have yet to apply enough yoga to get rid of my chocolate addiction, but I'll keep working at it.
I firmly believe in a little of what you fancy as well.